Wake up, the world is turning. Stories are burning bright. From your block to the stars tonight. She's got the scoop, she's got the glow. LadyRo knows where the stories flow. Saturday morning, rise and shine. News from the heart to the headlines. LadyRo's got your ear. It's time. Let's dive in deep and climb. World spins fast, but she slows it down. Local buzz to the red carpet gowns. LadyRo's the queen with the news to crown. Saturday morning, feel the groove. Sip your coffee and catch the mood. LadyRo's got the scoop for you. Let's make the morning move.
Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's Saturday and chat. Today has already been a trying morning for your gal. Ooh, Lordy, I don't know what's going on. I guess the moon must be in retrograde because I feel like every time I get moving forward, somebody want me to stop and do this. And I still ain't finished all the honeydew list that I just got from my husband. Child. It's going to be a morning. Anywho, good morning, Symmetry. Welcome to the live. Yes, please make sure to like, share, subscribe, and share the video. Baby, get on in there. We're going to comment. We're going to talk about the things that I done found out here on the internet. Hey, Riri. Good morning. Good morning. Woo. I had to sit down and take a good breather. Child. Woo. All right. I think I got myself together. Woo. Let me just catch my breath for a second because I ran up the stairs. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Anywho, let's get started. Y'all, this is going to be an interesting Saturday morning scoop. I did some research and looked around and found some things, and I think they're worth sharing with you guys. A lot of it is not going to be, this is not going to be our usual Saturday morning scoop. I really looked at some stuff that I think that will be interesting to all of us. So, child, looking pretty raggedy this morning. That's what happened when you've been sweating and doing things. The lawn man showed up when I started getting ready to, just everything that could happen has happened when I was getting ready to do something today. Anywho, moving forward. Anywho, let's get some pleasantries out of the way. I've done some speaking. Excuse me. Remember, everything, all the views, everything I say today is expressed in this live. They're all alleged. They're in my opinion. And they're all for entertainment purposes. Do not go out of your way to dislike anybody or anything of that nature. Please do not. All of the views here, they're mine. And I'm just out here talking. I don't know if none of this is true. I just know what I've seen out here on the internet. Fair use disclaimer. Some material in this video is used under U.S. Copyright Fair Use, Section 107, for purposes such as commentary, criticism, news reporting, and education. And today we're just going to be doing, I'm going to do a lot of commentary based on some news reports that I found. Hopefully we can all be educated in all of this information that I found. And I'm going to give you some criticism too, because that's what we do around here. We are critics. And so we're going to go through that. I had to plug my phone in because it was just about to die. Fair use disclaimer. I'm going to put my clicker down as we move into today's Saturday morning scoop. First thing I want to talk about is Mary Cosby. Mary Cosby is one of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Her son passed away on this week. And I think, as you know, every Saturday morning, kind of start the morning off with remembering those who have passed away and just talking about it pretty much. 911 call reveals more about the passing of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City star Mary Cosby's son, Robert Cosby Jr. Police were sent to Mary Cosby's home on February 23rd, where Robert Cosby Jr. was found not conscious and not breathing. After news broke of Cosby Jr.'s passing, audio from 911 dispatch call revealed that Salt Lake City police were sent to the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City star's home on February 23rd with reports that a 23-year-old male was not conscious and not breathing. According to the audio, 3 police units arrived at the Cosby's Utah home where he was reportedly given a dose of Narcan. And if you know, Narcan is a opioid reversal, so it's supposed to reverse the overdose aspect and be able to kind of get you back conscious. Sometimes it takes a few of those, but with someone who's not breathing, not responsive, it kind of is harder because it's hard to reverse something on someone who is not breathing. But it does happen. A nasal spray used to treat drug overdoses during what officers describe as a full arrest medical emergency. However, the call, which started as an overdose investigation, turned into a death investigation. A Salt Lake City Police Department spokesperson shared per People's Magazine, and this article is coming from the Griot. Um, the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City fans were introduced to Mary and her son in 2020 during the series premiere, and over the years have gotten glimpses into Robert Jr.'s life. During season 5, November 2024, Robert Jr. opened up about his battle with addiction during an emotional conversation with his mother, where he revealed he had been abusing prescription and recreational drugs like Adderall, Oxycontin since he was 16. Over time, his addiction worsened, admitting that he even tried heroin at a time when he wanted to die. I felt like a stain. I just felt like this world wasn't for me, Robert Jr. said at the time, confessing that his mother was the only reason I didn't unalive myself. You guys, Mary Cosby needs our prayers at this moment. I am sure that this isn't easy. As a mother, we love our children, and the last thing we want to do is bury our children. And my heart goes out to her and to every mother and to every child who is fighting with addictions, whatever it may be, whether it be alcohol, it could be a number of things, prescription drugs, recreational drugs. But my heart goes out to her because I cannot imagine that. I cannot imagine that. Good morning, Susie. Thanks for joining the live. Good morning, Lady B. Girl, I'm so glad you came in here today. What you cooking? Because I am starving. But like I said, I've been running all morning and I haven't had a chance to eat breakfast. Yes, Symmetry, this is incredibly sad. Super, super sad. Good. Yes. Good morning, Susie. Good morning. Good morning. Everybody speaking. Yes. So when I say my heart just crushes for Mary, it literally crushes for Mary. But one thing I know that God will, He will take care of all of us. All of us. Moving along, Jesse Jackson's body was lying in state this past week. I don't think it got there on Wednesday at the Rainbow Push Coalition's headquarters in Chicago, and it lied in state there until yesterday, and it will be moved on Monday to Columbia, South Carolina, where it will lie in state at the state capitol in South Carolina. The Speaker of the House at the Capitol decided that he did not want to let Jesse Jackson's body lie in state at in the rotunda of the Capitol, which is the people's house. I guess they forgot that it belongs to us, baby. That's why you got to get out here in these midterms and remind them that the people's house and the Capitol belong to the people and the citizens of the United States. Get out there and vote. Get out there and vote. Yesterday in the state of Texas, early voting ended on yesterday, but child, guess what? It does. It continues on. You get to vote on next Tuesday, I believe. I believe that next Tuesday is election day. I'm gonna look it up, but I believe, if I'm remembering, let me make sure, y'all. Election day. Why did we just go there? That was different. March 3rd, which is next Tuesday, just like I said. Like I said, I got some really fascinating stories, and we're gonna celebrate. Today is the last day of Black History. As you see behind me, I have some key figures that were instrumental that we always remember in Black history, but there are some that we don't talk about. So we're gonna we're going to talk about them today in the ending of this show. So stay tuned for our little Black History program. Yes, Lady B, prayers for her. Symmetry said, I'm so hungry, haven't eaten either. The girl who braced my hair is in the midst of celebrating Ramadan. I didn't bring anything to eat in order to respect her and her family. Oh, I understand that. I definitely understand that. As soon as I leave here, I'm getting something. That's right. Right. So we're going to also keep in prayer Jesse Jackson's family. The final services for Jesse Jackson will be on Friday, March the 6th at the House of Hope in Chicago, Illinois, followed by a private service just for his family. So we definitely want to remember them in our prayers as well. Oh, child, by scooting around this week, I ran across this, y'all. Y'all know I'm a Deion Sanders fan. Warren Sapp resigns from Deion Sanders' Colorado coaching staff, which I thought was ironic, but Deion Sanders has been losing people in his coaching staff. I don't know what that's about, child. I ain't gonna speculate, but he done lost Warren now. Warren Sapp is leaving his position as a member of Deion Sanders' coaching staff at Colorado. This is brought to us by Yahoo Sports. Shout out to Yahoo Sports. Colorado announced that Sapp has decided to leave the program where he worked for 2 years, most recently with the title of pass rush coordinator. Warren Sapp has resigned from the CU football coaching staff to pursue other opportunities, the university said in a statement. CU Athletics thanks Warren for his contributions to our football program over the last 2 seasons and for his commitment to our student athletes. News of Sapp's departure came about 24 hours after Colorado lost defensive coordinator Robert Livingston, who has joined the Denver Broncos coaching staff. Shout out to Robert. Good job landing you a job from college over into the NFL, which is what they want to do. Most guys who coach at the collegiate level actually want to go to the NFL football level. There's been no news yet about whether Sapp will be following Livingston to Denver. Sapp and Sanders are both Pro Football Hall of Famers, and the addition of Sapp to the staff was one of the several high-profile hirings Sanders has made during his tenure as Colorado head coach. Those hirings did not translate to on-field success for the Buffaloes in 2025, as they were 3-9 last year. Child, I don't know if they got something to do with it, but it is what it is, child. Good luck, Warren. You're a great football player, so I can imagine what you're gonna do as you move forward. Y'all, like I told you, I've been just scouring the news, looking around. In case y'all didn't know, I'm gonna come out here and tell you, we're at war. America is officially at war with Iran. We joined with several other countries, and they're calling this Operation Epic Fury. Child, y'all president was determined to put us in war, and he did. He wanted to do with Venezuela. He went over there to Nigeria, messing with them people, but finally Iran took the bait, and he was like, "Yay! I'm gonna go over here and we're gonna fight with Iran." Child. So America's officially at war. What this means for us, I'm not really sure, but what I do know is we need to hold to God's unchanging hand. Live updates. Tehran launches retaliatory strikes as Trump calls for the regime change. Child, let me tell you something. Trump is located most time in Mar-a-Lago, or he's located in Washington, D.C. It's a big white building in the middle, I believe, of D.C. That's where you'll find him. Mar-a-Lago is like a whole, you can take out all that, child, but don't come over here and mess with us people who just work every day and just trying to make a living. That's it. That's all I'm asking you to do. I want y'all to watch. This is the Associated Press. Child, they're showing you airstrikes. A miss. I seen that BS this morning on Facebook, but I went to bed with it, believe it or not, because I went out late last night to celebrate someone's birthday. And child, I was like, what in the whole world? When I got home, well, you know what? Yeah, it was when I got home. When I got home from the birthday celebration, I noticed all of that. So let's just go with the timeline of what has happened. Drone strikes at 4:10 a.m. The Navy's over there. Qatar says no casualties from the Iran attack. Turkish Airways suspends flights to multiple Middle East countries, I'm sure. One man wounded in Israel. The United Emirates says one person killed in Irani attack. Syria closes its airspace. I don't blame them. Attacks on Iran risk wider war and higher energy prices. Spain urges respect for international law, which we know that our administration doesn't normally respect anybody's law but their own. But child, let me keep going because that's not my fight. Because I'm trying to stay on this YouTube. I ain't trying to be suspended. Qatar Airways temporarily suspends flights. Iran says it has struck several facilities in the region. 5 students were unalived at a girls' school in southern Iran in U.S.-Israeli strikes. Operation against Iran was planned months ahead. So they've been in the, I guess with everybody else, y'all heard that now. This was planned months ahead. So Nigeria maybe y'all need to pay attention. And Venezuela, I don't know what they're trying to do to us now. But all we can do is keep praying and asking God to help us. Qatar says it has repelled a second wave of Iranian missiles. Israeli president welcomes U.S.-Israeli operation. Khamenei hasn't made public appearance in days. EU leader urges restraint. Nobel Peace Prize winning group condemns attacks on Iran. Saudi Arabia condemns Iranian attacks. Alarm sound in Israel as the country remains on high alert. Red Cross calls for respect for rules of war. We know we don't have a whole lot of respect no more. Russia's foreign ministry condemns U.S.-Israeli attacks on Iran. Iranian media says U.S.-Israeli strikes target multiple cities. Pakistan denounces attacks on Iran. Everybody's denouncing them but America, I believe. Death toll in U.S.-Israeli strikes on girls' school in southern Iran rises to 40, media says. Kuwait says it has repelled Iranian attacks. Emirates says several flights affected. Child, I got a flight headed into Dubai that is scheduled for later this year. Child, I might cancel. I've already been kind of eerie and leery about leaving this country this year anyway. Qatar says it intercepted third wave of Iran attacks. Iranian flocks to supermarket. America's air power is not enough to topple Iranian theocracy. Security experts say interception seized from the Tel Aviv after U.S.-Israel attack on Iran. British Prime Minister holds emergency meeting. UN Human Rights Chief deplores military strikes. 4 reportedly unalive when a missile explodes in a building in southern Syria. Child, they're just over there doing whatever. This is on the Associated Press. Feel free to go over there and finish watching it because, Chad, that's a lot. That is a lot. You said that Mar-a-Lago is far enough, it won't bother us in Duval. I hope not, Lady B. Child, hopefully they got enough that it just hit the target and just that part. Don't scatter out to no other places. Just hit that target and do what you do there. Don't just leave us alone. We innocent. We are the innocent people of America. I beg of you to just let us be. That's all I'm asking. Good morning. That's me, AD. Thanks for joining. Next, let's talk about Susan Rice. Child, your president over there, child, he wants Netflix to fire Susan Rice. I couldn't for the life of me understand what that meant, but I pulled up the article and let's hear it. Recently, former President Donald Trump publicly demanded that Netflix fire Susan Rice. If you remember, Susan Rice was a part of our President Barack Obama's cabinet. From his board of directors, Rice, who served as National Security Advisor under President Barack Obama, has been criticized by Trump and his supporters for comments she made suggesting that corporations who bow to Trump might face political consequences if Democrats regained power. I'm trying to see where that is not true because we do know that under the Trump administration, a lot of Democrats who he felt had did something to him. He went after them. Child, let's move on. Trump called on Netflix to remove her immediately and warned the company it could pay the consequences. Now he threatening them for what she said, child. This y'all president. Remember, I'm still trying to get my life together. However, Trump does not have legal authority to fire her for Netflix. It's a private company, and only Netflix board and shareholders can make decisions about board memberships. Netflix co-CEO Ted Sarandos responded by saying that decision about the company's leadership and business deals are made internally and overseen by regulators when required, not directed by the president of the United States. Child, thank you for having some nuts. Keep standing on your nuts. Don't let nobody else try. Child, this man want to fire people from just being at their regular, everyday jobs, which I do not understand. Next, let's talk about Britt Eady. Britt Eady, if as many of you may know, she filed a lawsuit against Bravo and several other people. Well, this week she withdrew her lawsuit and then refiled it. That is important to know. Britt Eady has officially withdrawn her initial $20 million lawsuit from the New York County Supreme Court and refiled it at the federal level. As of late February 2026, the legal action stems from an incident on The Real Housewives of Atlanta involving Kenya Moore, where explicit images were displayed at a salon grand opening. The key details that we need to remember is that Eady is seeking out $20 million in damages. Legal claims: the suit alleges defamation, sexual harassment, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and a hostile work environment. Eady claims that the images shown were not of her, but were manipulated deep fakes. So if the images were not of you, then I don't know how you could get sexual harassment if it's not you. But let's move on. The suit names Bravo, ABC Universal, Truly Original, and Endemol Shine North America as its defendants. In addition to financial compensation, Eady is demanding that the network remove the episode from all of its platforms and issue a public statement acknowledging that the images were false. Notably, Eady skipped the season 16 reunion taping following these events, describing the situation as a dark part of her life. Child. That's it. I ain't got nothing else for Britt Eady. Moving right along, child, because that was enough for me. Did y'all hear down there to the Instagram that my boy is out of prison? Child. Let's go over here and listen to what he had to say.
I know my eyes look like I haven't slept in several months, and that's because I haven't slept in 7 months. Every night for the last 7 months, I go to sleep around people I don't know. That makes me uncomfortable. I've never been around so many men. Petty ass men, simple ass men, provoking ass men, dumb ass men in my entire life. God sat me down for a reason.
Welcome home, Peter. Welcome home, Peter Thomas. Peter Thomas is out of prison. I'm not sure if he's in a halfway house or where he is, but Peter is out of prison. Welcome home, Peter. He said that he spent 7 months and he hasn't had a good night's sleep. So as you see, he was in the bed resting. Looked like he was really had gotten a good night's sleep. He posted that first thing this morning. Last night he posted pictures with him and his grandchildren. I thought was absolutely adorable. I will not share it on this app because number one, they're kids. And if you want to see it, go over to his Instagram. Peter's been posting all day since yesterday, child. He is having himself a good day. Lady B said, Peter's my guilty pleasure. Come on, girl. You saw him yesterday in them sweatpants. In his gray sweatpants, his black t-shirt. I was like, look at Peter. Welcome home, Peter. Definitely welcome home, Peter. So also yesterday while I was well, this is not yesterday. I actually seen this one a couple of days ago. But let's talk about it. In fact, one of the ladies who is a part of the Queendom sent this to me, and I think it's worth a share. Shout out to the lady who sent it to me. Singer David is target in investigation of killing in the unaliving of a girl whose body was found in car in Hollywood. He is the sole person of interest. The investigators said they have no one else that they're looking at. They're only looking at him and trying to put together a timeline to see exactly what happened. So this was actually documented in the Associated Press on February the 25th. It was updated later on that day. Singer David is the target of a Los Angeles County grand jury investigation of the unaliving of a 14-year-old girl whose decomposed body was found last year in an apparent abandoned Tesla registered to him that was towed from the Hollywood Hills court documents show. Prosecutors described the 20-year-old Houston-born alt pop singer, whose legal name is David Burke, as the target of the investigation in grand jury subpoenas issued January 15th, seeking to have 3 of his relatives testify. The documents were obtained by the Associated Press on Wednesday. They were sealed in California, where the grand jury investigation has been kept secret, but they were made public by an appeal of the subpoenas in Texas from the singer's mother, father, and brother. The documents say the target may be involved in having committed the following criminal offenses against the laws of the state of California, to wit, 1 count of murder. So what this is telling me is David is the only person who could have done this. They're not looking at anybody else. Doesn't mean anybody else wasn't involved. But I think it was really silly that he had this person's body in his car. And I believe the young lady was like 14 when she went missing. So it's really, really sad that this family got their child back this way. I don't know how she got with David, if they were, because I haven't really followed the story to the T. But apparently she had been living with David or had been with David, and he was the last person she was with. Moving on, Michael Jackson's estate is being sued. Child, when I saw this, I thought this was the most ignorant thing, but we're going to talk about it over here. 4 siblings reportedly sued the Michael Jackson estate for $200 million, alleging the late singer trafficked, drugged, and actually abused them starting when they were as young as 7 or 8. Now, mind you, Michael has been gone since 2010, I believe is when he passed away. I believe it was 2010 when he passed away. So, where y'all been? Child. Neighbors. This is coming from the neighborhood talk. Neighbors. Michael Jackson's former family friend, the Coliseo siblings, are suing MJ's estate, claiming the ex trafficked them, drugged them, and actually abused them, starting when they were as young as 7 or 8 years old. According to TMZ, Edward Casio, D'Amico Casio, Aldo Casio, and Marie Port say Jackson pushed his way into their lives with gifts, access to his celebrity lifestyle, and declarations of love before isolating them from one another and their families and abusing them. The abuse allegedly took place during domestic and international trips, with Edward even alleging he was abused in Elizabeth Taylor's Switzerland home and Elton Johnson's UK residence. Child, that's a big accusation. A big accusation that I do not believe. The siblings claim Jackson normalized the abuse by showing them nasty stuff and pictures of unclothed young people, which he referred to as sweet, and that he frequently under and he was frequently under the influence of Xanax, Vicodin, and other prescription drugs. The Casios have previously reached a settlement with the estate after watching the documentary Finding Neverland, receiving $690,000 per year for 5 years, which they now say is not enough. They are seeking $200 million. Estate lawyer Marty Singer has pushed back, saying the siblings are attempting to extort the estate, but the Casios are moving forward to challenge their prior settlement. Thoughts, child? I think it's a mess. Fucking Dineva was the first one to come, and he says, "Please go be more creative. F for effort." I totally agree with that. I don't know why these people messing with Michael, and Michael is not here. Michael is not here. Leave him alone. Lady B said, I don't believe it either. Oh, leave Michael alone. Hey, MB 1969. Thanks for joining the live. Yes, ma'am. We over here just talking. So next, and this is going to be my next to last story, and I'm going to be done and get up out of here. I got some things I got to do on my honey-do list for my husband today. WWE CEO Vince McMahon crashes Bentley while driving over 100 miles an hour. Y'all got to see this video because I thought this was super weird. But child, oh, it's Miss Bugs. Hey, Miss Bugs. I'm sorry. I was like, why they give me all these numbers instead of giving me a name? So this is the former WWE CEO. I put he was a current, but he's the former WWE CEO. And child, look at this video. I just want y'all to see this. This is from police.
The ServiceNow AI platform, I'm freed up.
And here we go with a commercial. Child, let's get rid of it. I thought I got rid of the commercials before I started, but you never can tell about internet. This is coming from the Associated Press. Thank you to the Associated Press because they give us all of the things without us having to. Let me start it all over. Ready? Here we go. You see the Bentley passing, runs into the back of a car and hits the sidewall. Let's listen to what the police says to him when he gets out of the car.
Just stay in the car. Do you need an ambulance?
No, I don't.
All right. Why were you driving over 100 miles an hour?
It's my granddaughter's birthday. I got to get this the next day.
Right. Did you see me?
It's my granddaughter's birthday. Child, I know you got a better excuse than that.
Trying to catch up to you behind you?
I didn't see that. I saw lights, but it didn't look normal.
All right. Yeah, I'm trying to catch up to you, and you keep taking off.
He saw lights, but it didn't look normal. Wonder what's wrong with him. Could he be under the influence allegedly? Or was he having a medical emergency? I wonder what was going on with him though, for real.
Oh, no. I'm not trying to outrun you.
I know. I understand that, but that's why I was very confused.
The police is super kind to him though. It had been an old brown skinned man, he might would have been drug out by his earlobes, but come on.
Right? Because it wasn't like you were running. It was just like you almost hit, I think, 115 miles an hour. All right,
but he wasn't running. Okay, buddy.
And you just hit someone because you weren't paying attention. Were you looking at your phone?
No, trying to drive. No, I'm not looking at my phone.
The person was right in front of you. There's got to be a reason you hit him.
No, I haven't been driving my car in God knows how long.
All right. It was right in front of you. You went straight at it at 100 miles an hour. I'm just making sure you're not having a medical condition or anything. Do you need an ambulance?
No.
All right. Just your registration. Is your license in here?
Yeah, it's in my pocket.
All right.
I haven't driven this car quite some time.
It's fast, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, too fast.
Babe, when I say he destroyed that car, he destroyed that car. Child, I'm sure he got away with nothing. I'm sure he got away with not getting nothing. Anywho, you guys, this is it pretty much for my Saturday morning scoop. I have one more thing I want to share with you guys, and then I'm gonna go. Let me share my screen. Give me 1 second. What is going on with you? I don't want to see that. I do not want to see that. And where is my stuff? Thank you. Yeah, give me a second. Only my system would like to be difficult today. Let's see if we can get. Hey, living for me. You made it. You said being at the nail salon with my granddaughter. I love that. I love to see grannies and their babies together. You guys. I put this together for us, and I just want us to remember today is the last day of Black History. And to me, Black history is important because it actually gives a story. It tells a story about our lives and how we have overcome so much, and yet we have so far to go. So I'm going to tell you this story, and I hope you can follow along with me. I woke up late. The alarm on my phone had already gone off twice. And for a moment, I just lay there staring at the ceiling. Then I reached over and flipped on the lights. Instant brightness filled the room. I whispered a quiet thank you to Louis Latimer. His improvements to the carbon filament made electric lighting more practical and affordable. Without his contributions, that steady glow I depend on each morning might still be unreliable or out of reach. My day could begin in darkness instead of clarity. I swung my legs out of bed and immediately felt the warmth flowing through the house. That comfort exists because of Alice H. Parker, who patented a gas powered central heating system that used ducts to distribute heat throughout a building. Without her forward thinking design, I might be laying layered in sweaters just to brush my teeth and keep warm. In the bathroom, I examined the shirt I planned to wear, wrinkled, of course. I pulled out the ironing board and smoothed the fabric carefully, grateful for Sarah Boone, who improved the ironing board to better fit sleeves and garments. Without her innovation, looking polished for work might be much harder. I headed downstairs and opened the refrigerator. Cold air spilled out, preserving my fruit, my eggs, and my creamer. I poured milk into my coffee and thought about Frederick McKinley Jones, whose advances in refrigeration technology transformed food storage and transportation. Without his work, groceries wouldn't last, and my quick breakfast might not even be safe to eat. With coffee in my hand, I grabbed my keys and I headed to the door. The commute ahead would require patience and traffic signals. As I approached the first intersection, I nodded to Garrett Morgan, who invented the three position traffic signal, the yellow light warning us to slow down. That's him. Without it, intersections would be chaotic and dangerous. Driving past the hospital, I thought about something deeper. If an emergency ever struck someone I loved, safe blood storage could mean the difference between life and death. The progress is tied to Charles Drew, a pioneer, large scale blood banking and plasma preservation. His work built a foundation that modern medicine still stands on. When I reached the office, I logged into my computer. Emails loaded, systems connecting, deadlines waited. I silently appreciated Mark Dean, who helped us develop key components of the personal computer and holds multiple patents that shape modern computing. Without innovators like him, my entire workday would look completely different. Later, during a quiet moment at my desk, I reflected on scientific curiosity and the foundation of research itself. Charles Henry Turner was one of the first Black scientists to publish groundbreaking research in insect behavior, proving that bees and ants could learn and remember. His work challenged assumptions in the scientific community and expanded our understanding of animal intelligence. Without pioneers like him, pushing knowledge forward, many scientific doors might have remained closed. By the time I returned home that evening, something was clear. If these innovators had never imagined, experimented, patented, and persevered, my day would unravel. No reliable light, no central heating, no practical ironing, no safe refrigeration, no organized traffic lights or traffic signals, no modern blood banks, no advanced computing, no expanded scientific understanding. I would awake in darkness, dress in wrinkles, eat spoiled food, sit in traffic confused and traffic confusion, work inefficiently, and live without the security of modern medical advances. Instead, my life flows through systems built by brilliance that history sometimes whispers, but deserves to celebrate loudly. As I turn off the light that night, I paused. My ordinary day works because extraordinary people dared to invent it. I hope you guys remember this is what Black history is all about. This is what it's all about. It's about the innovation and the things that we have learned as Black history has just come into fruition. Today is the last day. And I hope that you guys spent this month learning, educating yourself on the different things that Black history has brought us. We should never, ever forget the things that our forefathers have done. We should never, ever forget Black history. They may remove it from the books, but my auntie always told me, what you get in your head, can't nobody take it from you. Nobody. Y'all, that concludes my live for today. And that concludes this Black History Month. I hope to God that you took something away from what I just said. And I hope you guys have a great Saturday. If no one told you yet today that they love you, I love you. And there's a thing you can do about it. I'm going to go eat and finish my honeydew list. So I hope you guys have a great Saturday. I might come back a little bit later. Got some things I got to do with my husband. But honey, after that, I will be free. You're welcome, Lady B. She said, thank you for all of the Black history you shared this month. You are more than welcome. You guys have a great evening. Bye-bye.